And that is especially good advice given the fact that we are looking at another heat wave coming into the state line heading into next week. We've got one more day with pleasant, still summer-like levels in terms of our temperatures tomorrow, but then it just gets downright oppressive. 90s will be returning by Sunday and for much of the extended forecast here. So tonight, make sure to take in the cooler weather while we've got it. Maybe even a good chance to leave the windows open tonight, get some free AC out there, because this will likely be the coolest that we will be for quite some time. We'll quickly warm up from the upper 50s into the low to mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. So kind of similar to today, not as hot as the last few days. We will have a little more cloud cover though, so not quite as sunny, but still a beautiful day to get out there and enjoy if you're heading out to Old Settlers Days tomorrow afternoon. But then heading into Sunday and for Father's Day, likely going to be a very hot one. 90s in terms of our highs, but it'll feel more like the mid to upper 90s when you factor in the muggy air that will also be overhead. We'll have a little bit of a breeze too. That may help things out a little bit. In the morning, we may wake up to a shower or two, but as we see on Future Track, it's going to be much more miss than hit, as we see here. Future Track at 6 o'clock showing most of the activity going to be staying off to our north throughout the morning, but we still could have a stray shower, mainly north of I-88. And then as we progress later on through the morning, again, it's going to be mostly Wisconsin here that could see a stray shower or thunderstorm, but wherever any activity does move through, things do clear out by the middle of the day. And then it's the heat and humidity that we're talking about. In terms of the heat risk, we're looking at some major risks in terms of the heat potential just because it's so hot, and then also the humidity as well. But then it gets even worse heading into Monday. Now we're talking about extreme risk here when it comes to the heat. So this is when we're talking about things like trying to stay indoors as much as you can. Make sure you've got enough water. If you're working outside, if you have any outside plans, just make sure you have access to adequate shelter, because really by Tuesday, this factors in just how long the heat is sticking around, and also the fact that we'll have low temperatures in the 70s only. So it's going to be difficult to cool down in the nighttime hours. So really something important to watch out for. The risk does go down a little bit heading into Wednesday as we have our next best chances for some showers and storms. So things to think about right now. Try to move any outside events inside, and then just prepare your home. If you're noticing the AC hasn't really been working as well over the last couple of days, get that checked out now before the 90s return heading into Sunday. 90s sticking around for much of next week. Lower chances for showers and storms early, and then they ramp up later in the week. And in your most accurate 10-day forecast, the status quo kind of just continues. Hot upper 80s, low 90s for highs continuing even after the official start of summer on Thursday. And in the 4-degree guarantee, thankfully just a touch cooler. Middle 80s for highs keeps us on the dartboard. And that means the cash total, Sam, is up over $550.